What would I do if I was starting all over again with building my online fitness business? Well, in this episode, I'm going to show you exactly how I would start my online training today. Do you want to create, market, or scale your online fitness business? My name's Sean Garner, and here we give real fit pros the tips, tools, and strategies they need to succeed online. Welcome to the EntreFit podcast. What's up, guys, and welcome to the EntreFit podcast. Now, this episode is a little special. What I actually did is I'm taking an excerpt, section from one of our weekly EntreFit coaching program calls. So with our EntreFit coaching, we do 2 weekly group coaching calls, and then we also have the agency that has one-on-one calls on top of that. But this is a question that somebody asked me is, what would I do if I was starting all over right now from nothing? I have no social media following, no reputation or anything, and I was starting my online business. What would I do today to get started? So it's a little bit longer of an episode. It's going to be right at about 30 minutes. So make sure you guys get your notepads out. This is going to be a good one. And like I explained in this training, what you do from, especially in the scenario that I set up to get started, is not what you're going to do to take you from, to 10K a month to 50K a month. What you do from A to B is not what you do from getting to B to C. So hopefully if you are just starting out, man, you're trying to scrap this thing together, this should be a lot of value of what to do. And guess what? There's not going to be a secret hashtag to use. It's going to require a little bit of work, but if you put in the time, this is what you need. And guys, after you hear this, you're like, man, that sounds awesome. I want more of that, man. Love the opportunity to have you join our coaching program. Visit us, EntreFitCoaching.com. Book your free blueprint strategy call with me today so we can help you create, market, or scale your online fitness business. So that being said, let's get into today's training here. Okay, so this is going to be what I would do right now if I was starting over with Project Dad Bod. A few caveats to this. This is kind of, whenever I went into it, this is the mindset I had. I've never done EntreFit. I've just been working as a personal trainer this entire time through COVID and everything. And now I decided to start my online training business. I'm starting today. I have no social media following, except for like friends, family, like what most of you guys start with. I have no email list. I've never done anything with Men's Health. So there's no like, quote unquote, celebrity credibility or anything. I have just been working as a personal trainer, gym owner here in Owasso, Oklahoma. I never went to Miami or anything. That was the mindset that I went into. Okay. The second thing, so we'll lay that as the foundation for everything. That was kind of my rules for building this program. I didn't have any of that stuff that I was able to leverage later on, because I don't want people like, oh, well, yeah, of course it'd be easy because you could get in with Men's Health or you had a big email list. Like, I don't want any excuses. I would show you what I would do. The second thing I will say with this is also kind of, I was viewing this as an emergency situation. So this doesn't mean this is exactly how you should start. Because what you do to get started is not the same thing that you do to scale. What I always tell people is what you do to start making your first $1,000 a month is not the same thing that you do to make your first $10,000 a month, is not the same thing to make your first $30,000, $50,000 a month, and so on and so forth. Each step, you have to put in systems and implement to be able to truly scale it. So saying all of that, you might listen to some of this stuff and be like, oh, well, that's not scalable. My mindset with this was I was either in the process of losing my clients because they wanted to go online or they didn't want to come to the gym, or I was just burned out and I needed to start making money online. So that was the rules I had going into this. So saying all that, the very first thing I would do, no shocker here, I would hire a coach. And I happen to know this awesome fitness business coach has an incredible coaching program. But that was me. If you didn't know, I would hire me. But saying that, I would get help. However, there's a lot of people that they are new to starting a business. They're not very entrepreneurial minded. And they're like, I don't want to invest any money. I want to do this for as cheaply as possible. Well, here's the thing. You have to typically either invest time or money in your business when you're starting out. So if you don't have a lot of time, you need to be able to speed it up. So you're going to have to invest financially into it. Find a coach, find a mentor that has done what you're looking to do, that, like we talked about earlier, is the right coach for you. So I'll say all that stuff. So that's what I would say. But if you're like, no way I'm going to hire a coach, doing this on my own, you're going to eventually hire a coach. But this is what I would do. So this is how I would start. Day 1, 30 days. That was kind of my objective. First thing that I would do is I would do the exact same thing that I do for your guys' business, whether you realize this or not. I would do an assessment and an inventory of everything that I had. So I would start brainstorming and writing down my entire client list, my entire lead list. I would not let I would not let anything live in my head. Everything would get documented. All of the contacts that I had, as far as like past clients, current clients, any leads that had reached out for personal training before, people that had come to visit my facility, referrals I had gotten before that never purchased, anybody that I'd ever had any acquaintance with, friends, family, referrals from them. I would make a complete list and inventory of everything that I've had. The other thing I would do is, like we talked about earlier on the call with Carrie, I would make a list of everything I've done in the past to get clients. So what worked for me in the past was it when I would do live events, like Carrie was saying, she would do these live events and she would get these clients. Is it whenever I would do some type of friends and family where it was maybe, people were coming in and working out with their friends and family together because they wanted to have this partner and they wanted to have this community. Write down everything that I've done in the past to get clients. So now I've got a potential client list and a potential lead list for me to follow up with. Because whenever you're creating all this social media content and everything, that's all you're trying to get anyway, is a list. So I would get my list of anybody I've ever had any contact with in the past. Second thing I would assess an inventory is what programs have I already created and what frameworks do I have that I know gets results for people. So I would make a list. This is just really good coaching. I have every single program I've ever written for a client for the past 5 years. I didn't start doing this till about 5 years ago. And then finally one day somebody said, you're kind of wasting a lot of time having to write these programs all the time. Are you not saving this stuff anywhere? It's like, well, no, why should I do that? Like, that seems stupid. Then once I started doing it, life got so much easier. But I have saved every single personal training program that I've ever written for a client. It is on this massive Google Drive sheet, and I've got all their programs written down into a spreadsheet. So I would look at those. I would get all of my programs that I've written before. I would look at my frameworks. I would look at any like nutrition protocols I've created for clients, any like sleep, breath work guides, anything that I've created in the past to give to clients. I would gather all that stuff up. So now what I've done, and let's say that's day 1, right? Day 1, I now have a lead list. I now have a bunch of things to sell, because I will tell you this. I'm always thinking about how can I dummy proof and foolproof this program. My goal with this EntreFit coaching program is to make it to where it is impossible to fail, to where the only way that you fail is inaction. Because at the end of the day, I can't fix that. But other than that, we try and give you all the tools, and I feel like we've done an incredible job doing that. But that would be my entire goal with doing that for my fitness clients too. Really good coaching, guys. You should have been doing this. So saying all of that, this program, hopefully it helps you to be better fitness coaches. But if you're not good at what you do, all of these tools, marketing systems and stuff that we teach you and that you put into place will not work if you can't deliver results. You have to be able to deliver results. So hopefully this first part just kind of clicks and makes sense. Oh yeah, I've got all that stuff right now. I've got all my programs done. I've got frameworks that I use to get clients results. I've got nutrition protocols that I've used before. I've got my program. I can write a program right now easily. It shouldn't take a long time to do. That should be the easiest part. So spent the first day, gathering an inventory of everything that I have. Okay, I've got my lead list and I've got an idea of what I'm doing. The second thing I would do is and we can even say that this is day 2. because I'm really busy. I'm still working as a trainer. So I spent a couple hours doing this. Second day, what I did is I would start to frame out my offer. So I've worked as a fitness professional before. This is a reason why I don't work with people that haven't worked in fitness, because they don't understand this concept. They don't know how to value themselves. They've never sold anything. They've never gotten results for people. They don't know what works. I would start to frame out my training offer. I would start with personal training or high ticket or one-on-one online personal training. Reason being is I am on a time crunch and I am trying to make money as quickly as possible. I don't have, like we said, the context, I don't have social media, don't have an email list, I don't have any of that stuff created yet. So my distribution and potential client list is very, very small. So I want to make sure I maximize the income with each or revenue with each client that I bring on. It will not take me very many clients to start generating a pretty good sizable revenue if I start with this. If I start with this lower to mid-range price point, it will take me longer to get revenue coming in. And like we say all the time, sales solves most problems. If you've got lots of revenue coming in, man, then you can fine tune some of this stuff, but get some revenue coming in as quickly as possible. So I would do this online personal training thing, because also if it's one-on-one personal training, and right now 99% of the people that I'm going to follow up with are current, past clients, past leads, referrals, people that already know me, I don't have to worry about creating a branded experience. I don't have to worry necessarily about creating quote unquote project dad bod or project mom bod, because it's personal training. That's the biggest blocker I see so many trainers starting out with is determining your target market, your community, which you need all that to scale. But this is emergency mode, just getting started, getting some money coming in the door. I can work with everybody because I've done it before. So I'm going to reach out to those people and give them an opportunity to join this online training program. Okay. The next thing I would do, and I would do this the exact same day, is I would pick a launch date 1 to 2 weeks out, depending on my schedule. Excuse me. For this example, let's say I'm super busy, so I'm going to do it 2 weeks out is going to be my launch date. Okay. What I'm going to do the next day, so this is day 3, this is day 2. So wait, day 1, this is day 3. Day 3, what I'm going to do, I'm going to reach out and personally call every single person that I got from step 1 on that list. All my former clients, all my current clients, and whenever I call them, if they don't pick up, then I'm going to send them a follow-up text to connect with them. My whole goal for reaching out to them is to get them to join my new online coaching program. I'm going to tell them about my program. I haven't created anything yet, but I'm a trainer. I'm a real fitness professional, so I know how to get results for people. I can create programs really quick. I can give them nutrition guides really quick. I can coach them on the fly if I need to, because I'm a coach. I'm an expert. I know how to get results for people. So don't worry about creating the thing yet. Excuse me. I would reach out and call those people. On those, it's going to be, they know me. So it's not like a normal sales call process. I'm going to reach out to them, check in, and I'm going to let them know about this new program I'm doing, and I'm going to give them extend them an offer to join my coaching program. Let them know it's starting in 2 weeks. I would love the opportunity to train with you and work with you again. And I would sell them. On that call, at bare minimum, I want one of 3 things. You shouldn't get off the call without getting them to at least commit to giving you one of these 3 things. Number 1 is the sell. They join your program, which that would be the best thing. Number 2 is a referral. Man, you know what? This doesn't really sound like me. I'm really happy with what I'm doing. I don't really want to change, but man, my wife could use this, or I was actually just talking to a buddy at the office that could use this. You're going to ask for a referral. Don't expect them to give it. Ask for the referral. Remember, I'm in desperate mode for this scenario. So I'm going to do anything. I have no ego, no pride. I want to sell. Third thing, I'm going to get a testimonial. These are past clients. These are people I've worked with before. I'm going to get a testimonial from them. Hey, could I just get a 60-second video of you talking about our time working together? So I understand this might not be the right time, but just so I can show other people, I'm not just some goofy kid from Tulsa, Oklahoma, but we actually did really good things working together. So no matter what, I got a client, a referral, and or a testimonial. You should still get the testimonial no matter what, because when you're starting out, people are going to want to make sure that you can get results and you've done it in the past. If I have no social media, I have no online storefront, I typically have no online social proof. So people don't know anything about me except for my local business. So I need that social proof. Best way to do that is with testimonial. So After I have done that, one thing to realize too, whenever you're following up with these people, if it's been over a year since you've contacted these people or since you've even worked with them, that might be an awkward conversation for you. So what you might have to do, I am okay with this, especially in this scenario, reach out to them to give them a 1 week free trial to coming back into your program. Just 1 week, not very much, just because the whole point of that is this is just being a really good coach. If you guys were crappy coaches, this won't work for you. But if you're really good at what you did, when people come back in, they're going to remember how good it was to work with you, how good they felt, how good you made them feel. And you're just going to over deliver for everybody in this program where you're checking in on them, you're holding them accountable. And once they experienced it, I truly believe, at least for me, I know that if I went back out to these clients, I haven't trained anybody in probably 3 years. I still feel pretty confident I could go through this and build a good business up in the next 30 days. So you might have to give them just to kind of rekindle the relationship, if you will, just remind them how great with you are. That right there is a forever weekly process. What I just described to you is your weekly follow-up process where you're creating every week, you're assessing your lead list, and every week you're following up with people like this. That's an ongoing process from launch going forward. Any questions over that part so far? Okay, so after I have done that, the next thing I would do is the next day, right? Let's say I spent all day on the phone, making calls, following up with people, texting back and forth in between clients and sessions and family stuff. That might take 2 days to do it. So we're on let's say day 5 now. Then I would start to promote on social media. This is what I would do. This is a pro tip after working with dozens of staff trainers to come work for me. You never want to be the new trainer, okay? Nobody wants to work with the new person because that makes new is the equivalent to inexperienced. So this is not, whenever you start promoting this is not your new online training program. This is your latest training program. There's a very big difference in the words there. Latest reminds people, oh yeah, they have been a fitness professional for a long time. They have been a trainer for a long time. Oh yeah, they used to work at that gym. If you're new, people are going to think they're a new trainer, especially if your marketing or cold traffic is seeing this people that don't know you. You've been training clients for a long time, so you are not new. It took me a while to realize the mistake I was making whenever I would hire trainers and they would be working with me and I'd be introducing them, or they would be introducing themselves on the floor as, hi, I'm the new trainer here at the gym. Nobody would work with them. But I was like, well, tell me what you're doing. And then as soon as they did, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't tell you this. You're not the new trainer. I want you to say this. I'm new here to the gym. I've been a fitness professional for a long time. I've been working as a trainer. I'm new here to the gym. As soon as they did that, business dramatically improved for every single one of them. Because you're not a new trainer, you're new to this. So you guys are not new fitness professionals. That's why kind of one of the checkpoint lists before you come into the program. You're not a new trainer. This is your latest program. And it just happens to be delivered online. You don't need to get into the details yet. How I would start marketing this, and we've got the training in the group, is I would do the tactful and tactical personal update on all your social media. So this is just like a little personal video of like if I was doing it, like, hey guys, what's up? It's Sean here. Yeah, I know. Just want to give you guys a quick update. COVID's been crazy for everybody. We actually, yes, we still live here in Owasso, and people are always asking me, well, what are you doing? Like, I don't see you at the gym anymore. I've actually been working and started my latest training project. It's my online training platform. It's incredible how we're able to still change lives, and we don't even have to be in person to do it anymore. So yeah, it's going great to be something like that. And I would love the opportunity to share that with you. It seems like you'd be interested. If not, no worries at all. And get back to hanging out with the family, have an awesome day. It'd be something like that. Something along those lines, super casual, just to let people know and kind of ping it on the radar. Second thing I would do is I would run a survey. So what I would do is I would go to Typeform, I would go to Google Forms, I would make some type of a survey form. And what I would do on that is I would use that as social content. So I create a post and say, hey guys, I just created a survey. for my latest, I'm getting ready to launch my latest training program, and I want to make sure that it has everything anybody could ever want or need. I would love it if you guys could take just 3 minutes and answer a few simple questions for me so I can make sure that this is the world's greatest online training platform and that I'm not missing anything. And then you can give some type of a free gift for people filling it out. It could be like a free health assessment call. It could be like, I'm going to give you a personalized or a custom shopping list for the next trip at the grocery store so it's not as difficult. You could give them some type of guide, and that could serve as twofold. That could also be how you kind of split test and test different lead generator offers too, so you can kind of start creating that stuff as well. Once I get that copy, then I'm going to start doing more direct marketing approaches because that survey has now given me the language of my potential clients. It's also because we haven't created anything yet. It's given me some ideas on the types of things I should create and add into my online training program because people are telling me what they want. So what's on the survey, Kristen? I'm going to ask questions like, what are you currently doing for fitness? What online training platforms have you done in the past? What's most important to you? And I would give them like fitness, nutrition, mindset, and what are your blockers? What would make this the world's greatest fitness program? I wouldn't give them more than like 5 or 6 questions, but the whole thing I'm trying to find out, what are people struggling with? What are their blockers? Those 2 questions are in there. And what do they want? That's what I'm trying to find. What are their goals? What are they struggling with? What do they want? Because their goal might be, I want to lose my beer belly. My blocker is I don't know how to eat. And what I want is a simple daily nutrition guide. So that's what I want to get out of that. But the other thing that I want is the exact words they use. So do they call it a beer belly? Do they call it a dad bod? Do they call it a gut? Like what are they calling themselves? Because I want to use their words. Do they say, I want to get ripped, jacked, shredded, toned, lean, fit? Like whatever terminology they're using, that is now the terminology I will use to create all my copy around. Because the very next direct marketing piece I will use from that is I will create the blunt post. So I will be something super direct, like, hey guys, I'm looking for 3 people, 5 people to join my online coaching program. We're going to give you everything you need to get whatever result was the most prominent result from the survey. And then in the copy of the post, I'm going to say in this program it'll include, and I'm going to use all of their own words for them. So they're going to see that like, oh my goodness, like that's exactly what I was looking for. Because whether they buy it or not, your customers or potential customers have given you the words to say to that they're looking for. So I'm just going to use their words on them. And again, we got all the training in the blunt post, the scripts, the follow-ups, and everything like that on the trainings. The next thing, now that I've got a content creation or I've done a few like direct marketing things, now I want to start building and expanding my network. So what I'm going to do, this is also going to get me connected and build that new lead list up that I have. It's going to get me to where I can add names to that, but it's also going to give me the ideas of the type of content I should create. Because like we were talking earlier on the call, you don't want to just post things to post. You want to be strategic with it. So what you want to do is you want to get their, just like you get their words from the survey, you want to get their questions from content. So this is where you're going to start digging into Facebook groups that have your common interest in it. You're going to use websites like Quora, where you're going to type in questions and see what type of questions people are asking about weight loss, fitness, nutrition that applies to your demographic that you think you're probably going to be sticking in based upon your previous client list. This is also where I would start reaching out to podcasts. If you guys are true fitness experts, I would be reaching out to podcasts that are fitness and health and wellness and nutrition-based podcasts that are within your niche. Because again, we're trying to expand our network right now that just gives you more content. If you are on and appear on podcasts, that gives you something to share to potential clients for them to get to know, like, and trust you a little bit more, a way for you to connect to a brand new audience that's never heard of you, and it grows. So the longer podcast episodes have been on there, more apt for it to keep growing and everything. I would do all that. That alone right there is going to get me to know exactly what I need to be posting and the words and questions, problems, and things to solve. Because the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to commit to daily content creation and just showing up online every day. With this, we have a whole list now of things that we know people are looking for. We're looking in groups, in Facebook groups, not to spam people or steal clients. We're just observe, if nothing else. See what questions people are asking, things people are struggling with, and start creating content that solves that problem. And you don't even have to post that in the group. Just, if nothing else, leverage the groups, because you want to be respectful of people, but leverage the groups for questions. So you know how to create your own network. And then eventually you can get into learning how to kind of group hack and stuff like that. But I think that's a little on the shady side. I would more so be going into groups to add a lot of value, to be like the go-to resource where every time somebody asks a question, I'm answering it, but I'm also just getting their words and finding out what types of questions those people are asking. Then we've got that. The other thing, and this is something Gary Vee says all the time, is document, don't create. This will help reduce time and stress for your content creation. You are real fitness professionals. So as you go throughout your day, document what you're eating, document how you prepare for a workout, document what you did for the workout that day. It could be just something simple as a quick little Instagram story talking to the camera about, hey, I didn't want to work out today, but I know my goal, my purpose is bigger than my personal feelings, how I feel right now. And talking a little bit about that, just being real with people and documenting throughout your day. So that way it's not as stressful as feeling like you have to create and cultivate this beautiful feed and all this stuff. That doesn't matter, especially right now at this point. The goal is just to get you to show up online every day, just like you show up in the gym. If you wanted to get clients, got to show up online for people to see you. Don't worry. The biggest focus should be on the quality of the content, not the quality of the images and pictures. It should be really, really good stuff that adds value to people. And they're like, man, that's my girl. That's my guy. They get me. They understand me. Because remember, documenting throughout your day and you're answering questions and adding value based upon copy, words, and questions that they've already been asking and you've already been seeing them. I'm going to repeat this process every single day until about 3 days before launch. 3 days before launch, I should by then have my client list. Let's say I've got, 5 clients that want to go through this coaching program and they're going to pay me. We'll say it's just $500 a month. So I've got $2,500 a month in revenue to start out. And once I have that, then 3 days before the program officially launches, that's when I'm going to actually take the time to build the program. So that's whenever I'll write the programs out and everything. I'll block off a couple of hours to do that. Excuse me. Then make sure they have everything they need and all that stuff's built out. After that, I crush it for them and get them amazing results. So I've got these 3 to 5 clients that have joined this program. Like I said, I would try and create a value around it to where it's anywhere from $300 to $600 a month. Several factors that apply into that. And we've talked about that. And we've got lots of depth training on how to price your offer and everything based upon the value you provide, based upon what you're going to give them and all of that stuff. Excuse me. I would crush it for them and get them amazing results. Then at this point, guess what? You made some money. So if you still are stubborn and you haven't hired a coach, now I would hire a coach, because you got to get the next steps going, because you don't know what you don't know. From this information that you learn, this is where you now take the time to start frame out a website, frame out your marketing content, and frame out your evergreen offer based upon the experience that you had through the sales process, information that you learned, feedback that you got from the clients that went through this first run of this online offer that you had. Excuse me. And that's what drives everything going forward. Any questions over that stuff? And then I'm going to share quickly what my day-to-day would look like to do this. Nothing? Thumbs up? Cool. Okay. So what my day-to-day would look like is I would have, and this might sound extreme to you guys, but I'm trying to start a business in less than 30 days. I would have 4 hours of blocked out focused time. So whenever I first woke up, after I did my personal devotion time and all that stuff, I would spend about 15 minutes just responding to messages and leads that had come in through the night, whether it be text, direct messages, stuff like that. Spend about 15 minutes just replying to people wherever we left out all in the conversation. Then as I go throughout my day, I'm training clients, because remember, I'm still training clients in person. Because if you're not working at all right now, this is super simple. Or if you're working from home, this is really simple to do. But let's say I'm still going back and forth from sessions and stuff like that. As I'm going throughout my day, I'm documenting, I'm talking to the cameras, I'm in between clients, giving tips, because you learn things from each session. So maybe one of your clients did something, you gave them a coaching cue. Maybe you're doing squats and you gave them just one tip and they're like, oh, that clicked for me. That didn't bother my knee that time. Man, as soon as that session's going over, I'm talking to my camera and I'm talking that and I'm sharing that tip with people. I'm documenting this throughout the day. Then I'm going to have 3 hours a day so I figure all that stuff is about an hour. Then I'm going to have 3 hours of those 4 hours a day, which are very focused time. 1 hour is blocked out for sales. So this is following up with people. This is actually getting on calls with people, doing sales calls, and telling them about my online program. Remember, either getting the sale, getting the referral, getting the testimonial. Another hour a day is used for expanding my network. So this is spending time in Facebook groups on Quora, looking up questions, answering questions, reaching out to podcasts for possible appearances on their podcast, offering to write blog articles for people, anything I can do to expand my network. And in the group, we've got tons of how to expand your network training and everything in there as well. Then the last hour is continuing education. So this is if I'm working with my business coach, working on the assignments, and making sure I'm working on my business and not in my business. That's how I would make my day-to-day look, honestly, until I reached my first financial goal of maybe it was 5K a month or 10K a month, whatever it is. That's what my day-to-day would look like each and every single day. So, man, if I was restarting Project Dad Bod, I would personally right now feel encouraged just because I feel like there's so much opportunity if you just have a system and plan that you stick to and implement. Because with all of this stuff, guys, it's testing, it's retesting, finding out what makes it work for you. Because remember, at the end of the day, it's about building your business to serve you and your goals, not just creating a prison that pays. We want to make sure that everything we're building and creating ultimately serves the bigger mission and calling that we have for our lives. So, what questions we got?